Hello everyone and welcome back. Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to introduce you to the while loop in JavaScript. So there's more than just the for loop in JavaScript. You can also write a while loop, and a while loop runs while some condition is true. So basically, like it says in the tin, while some condition is true. Okay, so basically how you do this is you write the keyword while, you evaluate some condition inside of parentheses. Then inside of your curly braces, you can run some code. After that code runs, we increment our counter, and you can initialize the counter variable before the loop. So probably make more sense if I show this to you. So it's a bit unusual in the sense that we actually define the counter variable before we get to the while loop, okay? The while. So what we can do is we can say I'll say counter rather than I, just so you can visualize this a bit easier. I'm going to say let counter be equal to 0, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say while, we want to run our loop while some condition is true, okay? So what we can do is we can say we want to run the loop while counter is less than or equal to 10, okay? Then inside of curly braces, we're going to run code while this condition here evaluates to true. So what we could do is we just say console.log, I am in loop number, oh, I spelled correctly, awesome, okay, comma separate counter, okay? So the first time the loop runs, we're just going to log out I'm in loop number 0, and then I'm in loop number 1, 2, 3, etc. For that to happen, however, don't forget we need to use the increment operator. So just say counter plus plus, okay? So the syntax is a bit different to the for loop. You use the while keyword. While some condition evaluates to true, you can run some piece of code. I've just gone with a single line statement here, so you can write multiple lines of code. It doesn't just have to be one. After all that code executes, what I want to do is I want to just increase our counter variable using the increment operator. Remember, plus plus is the increment operator. We're simply adding 1 to our counter variable after each loop iteration. When I say loop iteration, I mean each time we've gone through the loop. And up here is where we are essentially initializing and declaring our counter variable. We're declaring our variable and initializing it with a value of 0 for the first time. Okay, so let's see this in action. Let's save and refresh. I'll come down to Chrome. And we see here, I'm in loop number 0 all the way up to 10. Okay, so that is the while loop in JavaScript. If you just want to get a bit more practice, let's comment that guy out. Essentially what you do is, maybe we could do a challenge. Can you get a while loop to log out numbers 1 to 5? What you do is you would say while, okay? And remember, I haven't actually declared a counter variable here. So you do that before you get to the while loop. So I can say let I be equal to 1, okay? And we want to run our loop while I is less than or equal to 5. Then we have our curly braces, the code we're going to run while that condition there evaluates true. So we'll just say console.log loop I, okay? So that will be 1 the first time the loop runs, and after each iteration, each time you run the loop, let's just increment I, our counter variable, by saying I++. So what's going to happen is, we've declared I, our counter variable, we've assigned it the value of 1, then our script file, JavaScript, is going to come down here, and it's going to say, okay, they want me to run while some condition is true. Well, is 1 less than or equal to 5? Yes, it is. That evaluates to true. Therefore, we just log out of the console loop 1. Then, after that is ran, we increment our counter variable I++. So now I is a value of 2. So we come back up here. Is 2 less than or equal to 5? Yes, it is. Condition evaluates true. Therefore, we enter the loop. So it's loop 2. Then we increment I. So it's loop 3, loop 4, loop 5, etc. So we're going to run from 1 to 5. Remember, when we enter the loop when I is a value of 5, 5 is less than or equal to 5, that will evaluate to true. Then we log out code for the last time, we say loop 5. Then we increment I, so 5 plus 1 will be 6. Therefore, the next time JavaScript checks, it'll say, is 6 less than or equal to 5? No, that's not true. Do not enter the while loop. Continue executing whatever code is later on in the file. Okay, so let's save and refresh. See what we get. We get loop 1 to 5. Okay, awesome. So guys, that is just an introduction to the while loop in JavaScript. We'll do a couple more videos where we just get a bit more practice with the while loop. So I'll see you in the next one.